most guys nowadays, they're coming to the Philippines if they're going to move here permanently or even temporarily. Part of their goal is they want to meet a good Filipino woman, the type of woman that they can't find back home, and get married and have a great life. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure you've heard just so many horror stories. Guy comes here, he's well-intentioned, meets a nice Filipina. Like my mom said, they're all nice in the beginning. And by the time he figures out that she's bad news, he's already sunk a bunch of money into her, his hopes, his dreams. He's already bought her a house, and he's not even married to her yet. You will find what you're looking for. I'll give you an example of like what a difference focus can make. When I was in high school, only for about 6 months, because then I had an injury, but for like 6 months, I was on the track team. I wasn't good at it. I just figured I could use some exercise. Now, during that time, there was this guy, Danny Harris. I didn't even know him, really. He was like a year older than me. But he was just an average runner, no different than the rest of us, just another guy on the track team in high school. He wasn't winning awards or anything like that. Neither was I. Well, years later, I see his name in the newspaper, and he had made running his focus, and he centered his diet, his training, everything, and in a qualifying run, actually beat Edwin Moses' time, who was at the time considered the fastest man on earth. And then he went on to win a silver in the Olympics. So an average guy that I went to school with ended up competing at a high level in the Olympics and brought home a medal. That's no small feat. Most of the guys went home empty-handed. He didn't. So I started putting it all together in my 30s, and I was like, I need to reorient how I look at life. Because much of life, there's reality, and then there's your perception of reality. Now, your perception of reality can work against you. We see that all the time with these entitled people who think they don't need to respect the authority of the police. They just have a whole entitlement mentality that really they're kind of like grown-up toddlers. But I don't want to get too distracted with that. Your perception on reality changes what results you get. So take, for instance, the guy who says to himself, I'm going to open a pizza place. The reason they did not succeed in their restaurant or pizza place or business venture was because in the back of their mind, they were already convinced, the system works against me. I'm always a day late and $1 short. This seems like a good idea. Maybe it'll work. I'll give it a stab. And as soon as all the normal obstacles come up for any business, they eventually succumb to what they think is a huge weight of obstacles, when really it's just the normal obstacles of running business. The employee turnover, the constant training, the marketing, the bookkeeping, the taxes, the everything, that's just par for the course in running a business. You need to be ready for that. I think it was Henry Ford who said, whether you believe you can succeed or whether you believe you will fail, in either case, you are correct. So back to my phrase, you find what you're looking for. So at the beginning, they meet a Filipina, and this could happen in Thailand, Vietnam, anywhere. And they're all nice in the beginning. And then again, he gets screwed. So what makes the difference? Again, you find what it is you're looking for. You have to, before you get on the plane, before you start meeting women in public, again, stay off the dating sites. That's the worst place to find a relationship. It looks convenient. It looks like it's quick. It's like a 98% failure rate. It's horrible. Just stay off the dating sites. Now, what you might know is that what you're looking for is a woman that is pretty, or she's nice to you, she's affectionate. But really, the other characteristics are pretty standard. She should have good character, she should be honest, and you should be willing to be these same things as well. She should be faithful. Cheating is probably the biggest problem a lot of guys end up, having to deal with. As I see it, there are two elements. Very simple. One is you got to know what you're looking for. And like I said, the characteristics that make for somebody you can have a healthy relationship with. The second thing is what trips most guys up. Because you can talk to a guy, have lunch with him, and he's saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm looking for a good relationship." And, they know they want somebody that, again, is faithful, all this stuff. But where it falls apart is the willingness to walk away. As guys meet Filipinas, or again, Thai women, whatever they happen to meet, the problem is dating is a process. They start out as a stranger, you get to know them, and like I've always said, spend a year getting to know them. And usually in that first 3 months, even the first 3 weeks, some stuff that is a red flag starts showing itself. She's got time in her day that she just will not account for to you. She just won't tell you what she's been doing or where she's been or who she was with. It's like none of your business. Okay, well, if it's none of my business, you're obviously not looking to share a life. But here's the problem. Guys just don't know how to put the bad potato back on the stack. They're not willing to walk away. And so they invest time, and they could see the red flags right in front of them, and they tell themselves, "Oh, I can fix this. I can get her to change, or I could live with this." Well, a year later, you're like, "I can't take it anymore." It's not like you're looking for perfection. There's no perfect person out there. But you're looking for somebody that has a sense of honesty, loyalty, faithfulness, kindness. And if she just doesn't have that, move on. I guess what I'm really trying to get across to some of you is drop the thirsty mentality. Don't tell yourself, "Well, I'm just lucky after 8 years of no dating or bad dating in my home country. I'm just lucky I have a female who doesn't yell at me too much or isn't too demanding financially or who isn't, don't settle. If she's not the woman that you're looking for, enjoy your life as a single person. Don't put off your happiness until the day that you're married and you bought her house. Don't think that way. Again, remember, perception is everything. You can't wait to be happy. Alan Watts talks about this a lot in his study of Taoism, is don't spend your life today only preparing and searching for happiness tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. If you have no woman in your life and you're single and you know you'd like to be in a relationship, that's cool. But don't think you have to by default be unhappy now. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Do what you enjoy doing. And eventually you'll find this woman, and it actually will make you a more attractive person to women. Because men are the same way. You ever have a woman come to you and then, you get to know her, you go on a few dates, and she's just clingy. She is hanging on to you. It's like in her eyes, it's up to you to make her happy. And that's a burden nobody needs. And it gets suffocating. So when a guy approaches a woman and is basically, puts her on the pedestal, "You are my source of joy. You make my life worthwhile. I have no hobbies. I have no other interests. I have no other friends. You are my everything." Well, that may sound good in an old Motown song, but it doesn't work in real life. Women hate that. Men hate that. And the only reason she's going to look at your clinginess and take you into her life is because she does the numbers and goes, okay, this guy's really needy. He's got nothing else going on in life. I'm his everything, but he's got some money. I can probably extract the money from him. And when he runs out of money, I'll just move on. That's not the kind of woman you want. So to wrap it up, be happy now and know what you're looking for and be willing to walk away when you encounter someone who is not what you're looking for. Like I told one of my ex-sister-in-laws after she got divorced, she was like the gay divorcee. She was out there sleeping with every guy because now, after so many years of marriage where the husband was always treating her bad, cheating on her, now all of a sudden with her newfound freedom, she's just banging every single guy she knows at work and everywhere. And then she comes to me and she goes, find me a guy, find me a good guy, a guy that would make a good husband, good father to my 2 kids. And I told her, even if I knew somebody, I would not recommend you to them right now. And she's like, why? Why? Don't you want to help me out? I said, you're never going to find the right guy if you're out screwing around with all the wrong ones. What decent man is going to hitch his wagon to a woman who's doing what you're doing right now? I go, you're not going to find the right one until you stop hanging out with the wrong ones. I go, it's one thing to go on 1 or 2 dates, but if you got the reputation that you're just putting out left and right, what guy wants to compete with that? What guy wants that kind of woman in his life? So last I remember, it's been like 15, 20 years. She's still single. So enjoy your life now. Be happy. Do you like to play sports? Do you like to travel? Do you like to ride motorbike? Do you like to scuba dive? What do you like to do? Now go and do it. Enjoy your life. Be an interesting person, not so you can impress other women. Do it because it interests you to do it. It's what you want to do with your time. Have a life. And again, this is the sort of thing that women find attractive. They want a man that's about something. He's got a goal. He wants to do things now and in the future. But a guy who he's really got no friends, he's got no hobbies, he's got no interests, no real intellect, no nothing. Why would a woman find that attractive? Most women want to stand and walk next to a man that they're proud of. So, like I said, don't manufacture that just so you can get a woman. Sit down quietly with yourself and ask yourself, well, what kind of woman do I really want? If I run into the wrong one, am I willing to walk away? And in the meanwhile, am I going to pursue a happy life anyway? So hope you give that some thought and love to hear your thoughts there in the comments.